Hello, everybody. My name is Lucas DeWitt, and I serve as the coordinator for organization advising and systems management here in the Office of Student Involvement. Now, I may have had a chance to meet most of you or some of you, but if I haven't, I have also been the graduate assistant for the Office of Student Involvement for the past 2 years here at the University of Rhode Island. So I'm excited to continue on in this position and excited to continue working with you all. Today, we're going to be talking about how you can manage and get into your specific organization pages, and also just kind of getting a little introduction to the site, as you are the ones that will really help in the process of telling your members, telling new students about this new platform that we have on our campus. And so thank you all for taking the time to fill out that Google form that I sent out. And as I was sending it out, and as I'm seeing so many responses, I'm wanting to make sure that we also have the opportunity to allow you all to take autonomy in filling out that information so you feel confident and able to take ownership throughout the semester and being able to add members and manage your specific organizations. So I'm going to walk you through step by step. It's a really quick process. And so I want to make sure that you all feel comfortable and confident when going through this process, but it's going to help to be able to start getting you into the organization and getting comfortable with all the different tools that you have at your access there. So I sent you the link in this email here. If you just type in search urinvolved.uri.edu, it'll take you to this homepage here. This is the community view. So before you've signed in, just generic information about the platform. In this top right-hand corner, you can sign into the platform with your single sign-on, just your username and password that you're using for all of your information there. Is it going to make me duo? Oh, it is going to make me duo. And it may make you duo. Oh. Hold, please. Never fails. There we go. Okay. So we are logged in. Thank you for bearing with me there. Yes, I want to stay signed in there. Perfect. Okay. So once you get all logged in, your system, your platform is going to look pretty similar to this one. You'll see some of the events that are upcoming. You'll see some of the alerts that are up here. And then it's just kind of the welcome home screen there for you. We'll go over this at a later point in this month to be able to kind of talk about the different areas that you have within this platform. Today, I just want to make sure that I am getting you into your specific organization, getting you comfortable with that. For the purposes of this training, I do have a test organization that I'll be using. So my access or getting to the organization is going to look a little bit different than what you have right now. But I wanted to make sure that you all know how to access and how to find your organization. So to start out, on the left-hand side here, you'll click the screen and click on organizations. This is a list of all of our current organizations that we have on campus. You can sort through it by category. And so take some time to look through that. This is where you can also click on register an organization. This is where up here on the top, you can search for your specific organization. So just type in keyword. For instance, on my screen here, I see Habitat for Humanity, Pickleball Club. So you can type in those and see that it pops up there. Once you're ready to go, you'll just click re-register. Now I'm going to navigate over to my test organization, and I am going to go to the same re-register form here. Perfect. All right, so the first step of this is just reading through the registration instructions. And again, if you have questions throughout this, I know this is a video that we're going through. I'm more of a visual learner myself, so I felt that this would help you all to kind of navigate it. But please feel free to ask me questions, send me an email. Happy to help you through that as well. Will be important if you have the contact information for your officers, organization constitution, bylaws, date, time, location for organization meetings. These are a few things that we kind of recommend that you have up front to be able to complete this registration. And once you are done with the registration, please remember, don't forget to hit the submit button or your registration will not be fully processed. So once you're ready to move on to steps 2, we will click next. I can't talk today. So this is going to be the basic information of your organization. This is where you'll find your official organization name. If your official organization name is different, please update that. Acronym and nickname is if you have like a specific acronym like you see here. If I want to shorten it to test, anything that's going to help members be able to search it a little bit more easier or what makes sense for your group. Now, the organization description summary, that's going to be max of 250 characters remaining. So it's very brief, just kind of getting a general synopsis of what your organization is all about. You can explain it a little bit more depth here with your organization description, and you can put bullet points, you can do whatever you need to do to be able to kind of highlight what it is that your organization does. Now, for the website piece, your organization has a specific website URL. So you'll see right here, this is how people would be able to look up my specific organization. I recommend keeping the URL the same as it is, because we obviously can't have the same URL for each organization. If it's a little bit too long or you want to update it a little bit, feel free to, but I try to recommend to be able to do that or to keep it as it is there. Now, if you have an external website, for instance, like our Office of Student Involvement has an external website, so I would be able to select it there, completely optional for you all. Social media is another big one. If you want to advertise your Instagram, if you have Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, a YouTube channel, whatever that might be, this is a great option to be able to advertise some of those social media links. So all the information is in one place. Organization contact information in the email section. I recommend putting your student organization specific email. So you'll see that the C office is here, Arts and Crafts Club, YDSA is here as well too. So that is a good section for that. Don't really need to necessarily worry about the street address, city, any of that information there. Now, finally, the other 2 additional optional information pieces are going to be reoccurring meeting times and locations and when you're accepting new members. This is really important information, especially as member or potential members are possibly looking to get involved with your organization, seeing if it aligns with their academic schedule and what else they have going on. So if it is Tuesdays from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m., and if you're accepting members on a rolling basis, if you only accept members in the new first semester, please be specific in there just because this gives good information for students looking to join your student organization. Once you have all that information, go ahead and click next to the next step. This is going to be your organization roster and requirements. Now, you'll see we have no required positions to be filled right now, which is perfect, which is great. You'll be able to add yourself as the primary contact and the president. That is something that I do ask of our presidents of our organizations to be the primary contacts. You'll be getting all the information from myself as the community administrator of the site, but also from Student Senate when we have re-recognition processes going on, and then some other like student org fairs as well too. So please mark yourself as the primary contact. You may see on your organization list, there's a placeholder name, whether it's myself or the Student Senate email account. You can get rid of those and you can add yourself as that. If you want to start out by just adding individual members or positions, feel free to. You can add yourself in here. So you can just type in the email, click add, and it'll pop up down here. Now, if you make a mistake, you can always remove it. You can edit the position assignment, but it's pretty easy that way. You can also add multiple members in bulk. So if you have an idea of who all is in your student organization, you can type out their email addresses right here on the line. Just make sure once you are done typing out an email address that you either press enter or you put a comma to separate them. And then you'll select add and they will get notified of that addition once you submit your form there. And if you have questions about this, please feel free. I recommend just getting yourself into the system, getting used to it, making sure that you're marked as the president, primary contact, and that we can go from there as well too. All right, we'll go on to step 4 here. Feel free to pause this at any time. If I'm going too fast at all, if you need to rewind, utilize this to your benefit. The next is going to be that Constitution and bylaws upload. You should all have access to that. If you don't, recommend getting in contact with Student Senate because they should have all the Constitution and bylaws, but it's important to be able to have documents uploaded within your organization site. And it's easier for you all when it comes time to transitions between like presidents, vice presidents, whatever it might be, to be able to have your information and data stored right here in the platform. For the sake of this, I'm going to select a random one just so we can continue on. Step 5 is going to be your organization category. And it says categories, you can select multiple if that aligns with what your organization represents. And so for mine, I might select that I am governance, and Greek. And so you'll see that it would appear in both of those assigned categories when I go to search for organizations in that section. And I just submitted myself out of that. There we go. Whew, I got nervous there. But you would see there's a organization or there's category section in the organizations tab there. Once you have all that information and you're all set to go, I'm going to get rid of that one. I'm going to click next. Another quick thing too, before I move on for the organization categories, if you're looking through this list, it's pretty short right now just because we're just getting started with it. But if you see that there's one category or there's a category that's missing that would better describe your group, feel free to let me know and I can get that added in pretty easily. So click next. And then number 6 is just choosing your profile picture and your student organization logo. I'm going to select this one to be able to be uploaded for your specific organization there. And some might already have it, some might not. So it just kind of depends. If you don't have an organization logo, completely fine. There's no requirement to have one. And then finally, you're going to review all of your submissions. And so if you need to go back and type out anything or change any information, you can click on these different steps to be able to update all of that. But please remember to submit that submission, because when you submit, you'll see that it is pending and that I will get notification of a new submission. And so I can look through it, make sure all the information is correct. And then if you have any questions on there, I can leave comments, I can approve, I can deny. And so I'll kind of help you through that process there. But other than that, you are all set to go and you would be ready to be able to access your organization. And so we'll have more trainings and I'll be sending out more information about once you are in your organization, what that looks like to kind of give you an idea for our, like specifically our test organization here. Be able to go to manage home. This is as the primary contact, as the president of your organization, this is the place that you'll be able to see or the information that you'll be able to access. And so this is where you'll be able to see the about information. This is where you'll be able to see roster information too, and where you can manage positions, invite people, add the primary contact. And for Lucas specifically here, I can see that he's the member, he's the primary contact, but if there's other position options, then you can go through that. Okay, that's all for right now. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you all again for testing this out with me. Super excited, would love to hear your feedback about the process, about the platform as you're getting more comfortable with it. And then I will be sending out more information towards the end of the semester or not towards the end of the semester, in the next week or two about event submissions as well. So be on the lookout for that information. But till then, have a great